Shalom, Yasharallah. I want to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this 100% truth, according to the spirits to be. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word to the four corners of the earth's sincerity. And peace and blessing to you hopeful believers out there who are also part of the elect. To y'all say shalom. And once again, I want to say call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makak Kwadash, for giving me the spirit to do the lesson on today. Lord will it feeds you lamb and sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Now, as you see, it's a lot of prophecy going on, a lot. As you know, Russia has actually invaded Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? We know that's going to kick off pretty much World War III. You know what I'm saying? That's going to bring forth World War III. But, like Apostle Bar said, don't get too, you can get excited. It's prophecy, of course, but don't get too excited because it's still prophecies that got to come to pass before we're getting up out of here. Because, when you think about World War III, that's like the end-all, be-all. Like, World War III is going to be when Yahweh Shai pull up on the Father's chariot and in the Father's glory, and he's going to deliver the elect and put 200 thermonuclear missiles upon Babylon the Great in various parts of the earth, but mainly Babylon the Great, and he's going to send those laser beams from the chariots on Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? That's like a large thing happening. Now, what got to happen before all that is the implementation of it being made mandatory is the Quran, which is pursuant to Revelation 13:16, the MOTB. And actually, let me get that real quick. Because how they going to initiate, Revelation 13:16 if everybody's at war right now, then it's going to have to be after that. So, we got to really, let me just go ahead and read it, but, that got to come before all that, It's Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had a mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you have to have the MOTB, the charagma, to buy, sell in this devil's kingdom. Now we understand that before World War III has come to pass, the Battle of Armageddon, the MOTB must come to pass first. The implementation of the MOTB must happen. People must get hit with that charagma, man. That must happen before this part, because World War III is pretty much the prophecy of Yahweh Shai returning. So if you tie World War III with Yahweh Shai returning, the MOTB has to happen before Yahweh Shai can return. You understand what I'm saying? Because Yahweh Shai is going to return, but the MOTB has to happen, which is that implantable microchip. And you also had the Neuralink version of it, man. And then speaking of that, I just want to jump into this article real quick. This is a national YAB pass has quietly rolled out, a national YAB pass has quietly rolled out, and the red states are getting on board. Now, quietly, I'm assuming like it was under the cover, like a lot of this stuff is, but because you see the big main focus on the news right now is World War III, World War III, World War III. You know what I'm saying? Another world war, Russia invading Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? But while in the midst of all that, they slid out the implementation of a YAB passport, a YAB pass, but it's being digital. It's a digital YAB pass, as you can see from the picture. Because it says, I'm going to read it. It says, even as the Omicron variant loosens its grip on the world, destinations continue to require travelers to show proof of a YAB, and increasingly a paper CDC YAB card is not cutting it. So that hard copy YAB card is not cutting. They want a digital one. And we know the ultimate digital identification for the YAB will be the MOTB. All it do is paving the road for the MOTB. That's all it's doing. And it said it quietly rolled in. Why? Because there's a lot of other stuff going on. It's taking away your direction from the Crown Vic and YAB. It's taking your attention from that to pin it on the Battle of Armageddon, which is going to come to pass also. But in the Battle of Armageddon, that's when Yahweh Shai returns. But before Yahweh Shai return, that MOTB must come to pass, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Yapa to see the Lord is turning up. You know what I'm saying? As Apostle Tahardin this year, 2022, the year of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai turning up. And also a brother in our camp actually had a vision of Yahweh Bahashem Shai saying that there will be more Jacob trouble like times. You know what I'm saying? We getting closer to Jacob troubles in this year pretty much. He'll turn it up. Now we're going to read a little bit more, then we'll jump Back to the scripture said, while the United States government has not issued a federal digital YAB pass, a national standard has nevertheless emerged. To date, 21 states, the District of Colombia and Puerto Rico, offer accessibility to the Smart Health Card, a verifiable digital proof of YAB developed through the YAB's Credential Innovative, which is VCI, a global coalition of public and private stakeholders, including Microsoft, Salesforce, Oracle, Mayo Clinic, and other health and tech heavyweights. So they all coming together to make a digital YAB passport. And we know what that sounds like. The implantable microchip, the MOTB. Same as how everybody gonna take the YAB, they really want everybody to take the MOTB. Because that MOTB is going to let, really at the end of the day, it's going to let Esau, it's going to know if you're down with him or if you're against him. Because the scriptures say, Revelation, if you read above, Revelation 13:50, it says, and those that don't worship the beast in his image shall be killed. So if you don't take that YAB, but yeah, if you don't take the MOTB, so like if you don't take the MOTB, you showing this devil that you don't worship his image. But if you're not of the elect, because it's going to be someone that's going to try not to, but really, majority you're going to crack and take the MOTB. But the ones that don't, which is most likely going to be the elect, they're going to get delivered from that devil, man. Now we see all this stuff happen in a lot of prophecy, and I just want to jump to this right here because the MOTB has to come to pass. Now let me jump to this one. This is Matthew chapter 24, and we're going to start at verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Now, this is the end of the world. It just means end of a reign, the eon, the end of Esau's rulership, pretty much. And Yahweh answered and said unto them, take, and it's the end of Esau's, like, before I finish reading that, it's the end of Esau's rulership and the beginning of the Jacob pursuing the second Ezra 6 and 9. It says, and Yahweh answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, shall deceive many, which that's happening, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see, as we're experiencing right now, major rumors of wars. You know what I'm saying? Because the rumors of wars they've started way back. You know what I'm saying? Really got really hot in 2020, and on down. Now we're in 2022. They're getting even more hotter. They're even more worse. You know what I'm saying? Now, Ukraine is pushing forth, that Apostle Kabar, he made a reference. They're pushing forth to take over, Russia's pushing forth to take over Ukraine, which is in the west, which is pretty much a way of Russia inching in on Babylon the Great, because Babylon the Great is in the west. You know what I'm saying? So it's inching in on that, because Ukraine is pretty much a part of Babylon the Great. You know, it's inching in on Ukraine, and it really shows it's inching in on Babylon the Great, which is the United States. And it says, and I'm going to keep reading. Now, as a matter of fact, it said, for nation shall rise against nation, and the kingdom against kingdom, as we see, and these should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So that's just confirmation. We're in the beginning of sorrows. We've been in the beginning of our sorrows for a period of time now, but it's the beginning of sorrow. We finna soon enter into the sorrows. But the main prophecy that has to come to pass before we enter into the sorrows is the implementation of the implantable microchip. This is MOTB. Now let me jump down to verse 34. This is verse 34. Matthew 24, verse 34. It says, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass, so the end shall not come, till all these things be fulfilled. So all those prophecies that it speaks about, the end time prophecies, the major one before Yahweh shall return is the implementation of the MOTB, the charagma, before the end could come, before Yahweh Shah could touch down on this place, deliver his elect, and destroy Babylon the Great with 200 thermonuclear missiles, before World War III could really get kicked off hot. You know what I'm saying? Because they're talking about a nuclear, you know what I'm saying, warfare pretty much. And before that could happen, which is the Battle of Armageddon, World War III, before that could happen, the MOTB has to be implemented, you know? That has to come to pass, because how the hell are they going to implement the MOTB if everybody's sitting here shooting bombs everywhere? You know? Then they just cease fire, take the MOTB. Nah, it's not going to be none of that. Now, I won't be surprised if this get all riled up very high and the war from the stop. Then they come down to a peace treaty. Then they bring out the MOTB. And then World War III kicks off for real. We don't know how the Lord's going to do it, but we know that we understand that the prosperity how shot that the MOTB has to come mandatory. It's already here. It just has to be made mandatory, you know what I'm saying? And we just in the beginning of sorrow, man. We excited, though. Scripture say, lift up your head for your salvation, draw near than you believe. We're excited. But we gotta that's why I say you have need of patience. We gotta wait for all these things to be fulfilled, and then Yahushua is gonna return and deliver his elect. Lord willing, we be those men. Yeah, but Lord willing, this is edifying through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shah. And feed you lemon sheets with Yahweh Shah. Remember, the MOTB has to come first before Yahweh returns, man. And to y'all, I'm gonna say shalom, man.